OC, first in the building. Straight up. But you know, I don't see my own show. Like, I don't see it. Oh, there we go. There we go. What's cracking? Y'all ready to go to the drive-in? I guess I could take my my mask off because my camera light is on and I keep thinking my camera is on. You know what I'm saying? But the best way to hide is in plain sight. I got reason to hide now, like, you know, I got reasons to hide now. People, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you tell me, if I say 2 + 2 is 5, and you go, yo, 2 + 2 is really 4, I'd be like, you know what? I can see to that fact, or let me do some more research, or, you know what? I stand corrected. What's up, Sierra Brown? Welcome. And but I wouldn't say you cloud chasing, you pussy ass fuck niggas. Get the fuck up out of here. Here, block that motherfucker. I know what the fuck 2 + 2 is. Anyway, it's all gravy. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of person that'll take my basketball to the park, and you know, folks want to play some basketball, and when I get mad or somebody make me mad or whatever, I leave the basketball and go home. I don't take my basketball and go home so I can piss everybody off. If one person just made me mad, I ain't gonna make everybody else suffer. I'm gonna leave my basketball, and one of my folks can bring it to me later. See the difference? But yeah, we're about to go to the drive-in. Remember the old school drive-in? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, the drive-in. We used to have a drive-in out here. It was so ghetto that it had potholes, and sometimes cars got stuck and they wouldn't be able to get out, or a car would break down. So some people came to the drive-in on foot and would hop a barbed wire fence to go inside, and they'll just sit in any abandoned car and watch the movie. And other people would stand on the other side of the wooden fence. Like when Crush Groove came out, man, it was like 20 motherfuckers with 40 ounces standing on the other side of the fence, and nobody could see them. But there were some people that was sitting on leftover furniture from the flea market, and some of them had the nerve to fall asleep in the middle of the night at the drive-in, outdoors, you know. So, you know, some people have no shame. That's the point of that story. Shame. The shameful and the shameless. What's up, C. Wilson in the building? Yeah, not to take it out on others. I am not the take my ball and go home dude. You see what I'm saying? I'll be like, man, yo, Fred, bring me my ball later. I'm out. I ain't got time. I'm finna, you know, I ain't trying to box with nobody. I ain't trying to do shit. I ain't trying to get my, you know, mess my face up. I'm gone. Yo, hey, Fred, you bring my ball later, man. You got it. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna go call me a chick or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna go sailing or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta hang around a bunch of dudes the rest of the day. You know what I'm saying? For real. There are always different directions you can take things. You know? But if you have limited knowledge or self-control, there's only a few options for you, because you're worried about what everybody else is gonna think of you, and you gotta see those people every day. Man, there was times where I would come up missing in my neighborhood, and I'm out on the water either rowing or in a race or learning how to sail. And I'm talking about as a teenager. Now, I've had my share of hustling in the neighborhood. I know I sound articulate and everything, but I've done a few things in the hood, but the hood never lived in me. If I wanted to go skating in the park, because they block off 5 miles for people to skate on the other side of town, I'm on the other side of town skating. I'm not going to spend every single Sunday on my block. Some Sundays, I'm gone. You don't know where your boy's at. Let me think of one of my street names. There was I used to have a starter jacket, and it had vitamin E on the back. And everybody had a different starter jacket in the group. It was 14 of us, and we used to rotate our jackets so girls would think we had a bunch of coats because we all went to different high schools. So mine said vitamin E. I had a White Sox jacket. I came up on that jacket because I'm not a White Sox fan. I couldn't tell you one player, but you know how you come up on the jacket, so now you're a fan. Oh yeah, it does not work like that on YouTube. Now I gotta watch my back. I used to be good everywhere I go. I had a pass, I had a passport. Now on these YouTube streets, I gotta be careful. Matter of fact, I was warned. What's up, unconscious one? Let me see if I can find this was like a passive aggressive lightweight warning. And I don't want to put that person on blast, but they know who they is. Somebody said, so and so such and such is not dumb. There really was a story about someone who got pregnant from 2 separate men, and at the same time, of course, they were not twins. But yes, the woman can indeed conceive this way, as 2 eggs take to the lining of the womb. And I guess this person is trying to explain to me that 2 eggs got fertilized by 2 different men in the lining of the womb. I thought your bullying campaign ended when LJ was humiliated and hounded offline. So this person thinks that I humiliated LJ to the point where she got offline. See how rumors get started? That rumor was started by your boy, yours truly, saying that I harassed LJ and I was called vulgar names. You know, the first person to call me out my name and call me vulgar names, he don't even say nothing about me no more. I respect that dude. He even disrespected me by calling me names and used some of my music to diss somebody else. But I'm gonna let that go too. You know what I'm saying? She's back. Whenever, Carbon Nation has some drama, she comes back and then she goes. But she's on her podcast all the time, but nobody listens to it. But she cool, you know what I'm saying? The last time she went live, she didn't even mention my name. she called out conspiracy. She's trying to get us to be mad at this lady named something. I don't even remember her name, but she spent a long time in two podcasts talking about this lady. But that lady went on the panel and said she's lying. She lied about 2 different people, and they got on panels and said that they don't agree with what she's saying because she likes to speak for other people. She said they'll tell you that, blah 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 blah. But anyway, when you start spreading rumors like that, like, oh, he tormented, he trolled and harassed. No, she never saw it that way. And I got a recording saying she never saw it that way. And she said, I understand what you were trying to do. See, these are people who come from a troll, harassment background, and they think when you're doing something, you're doing what they're doing. You see what I'm saying? Like there's only two options. Either you're stalking, harassing, and bullying, or you being cool. No, there's a lot of subcategories. You could be teaching through, you could be teaching in a way, because, you know, if you watch those videos that I did, they were me correcting and saying, hey, you know, Nicaragua is not, you know, I don't remember the exact thing, but she was saying that Nicaragua wasn't a certain place near the equator, and I said it was. She said that only countries have embassies in their own country, which is weird, and I said it wasn't. She said that there's 52 states. I said it wasn't. That's how I got blocked, because in the chat room, I was asking questions and I got blocked for asking questions. You know, I said, who's your favorite author? What is your degree in? You know, I asked the easy question, who's your favorite female author? That was offensive. That was bullying. So yeah, this person who wrote a long comment to me, to my last video, which is marked unlisted, all right, she said, oh well, I suppose it's just on to the next victim. So now I'm victimizing somebody who's known to not play with people. How can I victimize someone who's a known aggressor, who's not to be played with, who has a valid history of handling his business, who, you know what I'm saying, who has a reputation of being a real one? How can I victimize that person? You see what I'm saying? I was just stating facts like I did with LJ. You know, look, when I get, you know, there are times where I can be legitimately blocked for some craziness, right? But that's rare. Most of the time, I ask a question and they be like, oh, I see what you're trying to say. No, it's just a simple question. You know what I'm saying? Could you give a brief synopsis of the different levels of trolling? I'm glad you asked that. That's what I want to do before we go to the drive-in. I got the drive-in all set up. I spent all this time for my little punk pussy ass tiny teeny weeny channel to give you some weak ass graphics with carbonation clips and stuff like that. You know, some of you seen these clips earlier this week, but the way I present it, I hope it's different and we can talk about those clips. Now it says LJ has said that the whole YouTube sector is harassing her. Well, it's not true, but that's how she feels, and you cannot control how people feel. They will feel like you got them fired. They will feel like you hate them. They will feel like you don't respect them, but that's not true. Sierra, I really appreciate the fact that you catch the replays. I work hard on these shows. Sometimes I go late because I got family time and stuff, and then also I need pre-preparation time. And whenever I go off the preparations that I made, when I try to wing it, that's when I mess up. That's when I show my face, all kind of stuff, or I make mistakes. But tonight I'm improvising the beginning, but the rest has already been premeditated for the show today. So okay, the different levels of trolling. Well, people have changed what trolling is in a way. I remember somebody had a panel that had what's that lady name? She has a really strong voice. She could cuss you out. I don't know, like, you know who I'm talking about. This lady know how to cuss you out on a panel. Like, that's just her thing. Her voice is so, the language she used. But she was on the panel with a few people I know, and she was asking that same question. Like, number one, if you're not a troll, you cannot say what a troll is. You cannot answer the question or try to describe, because it's the thing is, when people are narcissistic and they think they always right and they make mistakes, and everybody make mistakes, I make mistakes, but when a person notices that you won't concede and you won't, and if somebody begs to differ, you have a problem with that, then a troll is activated. You see, this person is unreasonable. You're not going to change their mind. They're going to try to ban you from their existence because you are a threat. You're going to make them seem like they're not worthy, or they're less than who they are. But that's how you take it. You know what I'm saying? You can say, you know what? Let me look that up. But you know what this person did? When I said, America is not a democratic country, it's a republic, and you made a mistake there, guess what? That person removed that video, and I didn't think that person watched me. And of course, he might say that somebody sent him the clip, but I'm trying to help you out. I swear to God, I'm not trolling. I swear I want to see all my people do good. I swear I want everybody to, it ain't about views and subscriptions. If it was about views and subscriptions, I would have 3,000 subscriptions. It ain't about, I'm not in a rush to be monetized and be regulated. My question is, if you got over 6,000 subscribers, why are you not monetized? You see what I'm saying? Why are you not monetized? I don't qualify for monetization. I have all the hours, but I don't have all the subscribers, and I'm not doing what it takes to get those subscribers. I'm just doing me, because every single show I do is like, it's hard to describe, but I'll put it to you this way. People be on the internet doing shows and stuff like that, joining this social network and that social network and things like that, but they don't even know what .com means. .com is the abbreviation. .org, .net, .oi, or .uk, whatever. These things have meanings. .com is an abbreviation for commercial. So we live in a republic. The United States is a republic, but we use a democratic process for our government, but we also are worldwide known capitalists. America is known all over the world as a bunch of capitalists in a bucket. So it makes sense to have a .com, because all you're trying to do on the .com is capitalize. Everything you see on the .com is really a commercial. They try not to make it seem that way, but it's a commercial, one frame at a time. So if you're live on YouTube or whatever, your show is basically a commercial or whatever your services or whatever you're trying to do. You know, if you just run in your mouth, you know what I'm saying, with vulgarity and showing perversion, that's the thing that you're trying to sell. That's the thing you're trying to promote. Even if you're talking against it, you're still promoting, you're still selling perversion. See, the biggest way to get your rocks off if you're a pervert is to act like you against the thing that you like, and then present it as someone who's against it, but you get to enjoy watching it along with people who've never seen it before, and you get off on their reaction of it. This is why I get blocked, because I peep game. Too bad Peeper of the Game has a name already. That would be another one of my accounts. But I have the uncanny ability to peep game. Man, I need glasses. I'm gonna read your comment after I finish reading this comment, because I don't know. I'm not going to assume that this is from somebody who rocks from, you know, like when somebody leave a comment on my room defending somebody, I'm not going to assume that they're rocking with that person just because they have an opinion of what I'm doing. That's why the government, hospitals, and states use .orgs. Exactly. One of my emails is a .org. One of my email accounts. And like record labels and stuff, or people selling things in commerce use .net. One of the labels I work with use .net. You see what I'm saying? And I just been online since '96, so I'm not the smartest. I'm not the smartest person. I never presented myself as the smartest person. I never said that I was the king of something or smarter than everybody else or the leader of something. I'm not jealous of somebody else who proclaims that they are the king or the Messiah. But there's a lot of similarities when somebody calls themselves the king or the Messiah. Now, this is not a shot at Victor, because I'm cool with AOV. I rock with AOV. And he has proven his position. It ain't that he used the name. He actually has a history, and you can see why they call him the King of Trolls. You see what I'm saying? But what he does as a troll is none of my business. Now some people can say, well, when I do my shows, that's none of your business too. But you're representing, since we believe in tribalism, and when somebody gets choked, we all get choked. When you make a mistake in your show and make us sound ignorant, I gotta say something too. It ain't like I can pull you to the side or call you. I'm not finna be clowned on your panel where you, they made fun of Queen Sheba, Madiva, Maribel, all the women on the panel. They embarrassed them, but they act like they were trying to help them and squash beefs. Even my friend, who I'm talking about, melanin, diet melanin. They act like they trying to help you, but it's like the movie Carrie. They applaud when they give you the crown for the queen of the prom, and then the next thing you know, the bucket of blood is poured over your head. You see what I'm saying? I didn't know why, but I like the sound of the dial-up internet. Yeah, I like that sound too. But you know what I like? I like Star Trek sound effects. I love the original Star Trek. You know what I'm saying? It was Lieutenant Uhura that did it for me. Her afro was like perfect. And her posture was so elegant. Because she knew the whole world was watching that series, that show. But today, people have no shame. Even when they trying to diss you and clown you and trying to roast you and make you look like you ain't shit, like you a punk, they still don't know the bigger picture of how that makes you look, or how that makes us look. Because when I do whatever I do that you don't like, I don't bring it down to that low of a level. That's like the last resort. Like, it's easy to cuss somebody out or say, I can't even talk like that because I know honorable people watch my show and stuff, and I don't want them to think that, that I'm tripping. I'm capable of that. I am. Yep. Oh yeah, Lost in Space. I even like the new version of Lost in Space. They had, it's on Netflix, but I think it's up to season 4 on Netflix, and the new robot is off the hook. That's where I got the idea for his Lordship, because the new Lost in Space, the robot doesn't speak much, but he did say, danger, Will Robertson, and he said, danger, Dr. Smith. And his voice sounded just like the voice on when I said his lordship. So I'm not going to dwell on this anymore. Like, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I'm done. I'm not mad at anybody. I don't got beef with nobody. I'm not hiding, you know, and I didn't threaten nobody or try to punk anybody or try to bully anybody. I just stated some facts, you know. Somebody confused the word travel with, what was it? Wait a minute, let me go back to this this comment on my video, because they wrote a book. You might just find, here go the threat right here. Now I'm sure he didn't send this person, but I'm waiting on a bunch of threats like this. You might just find he claps back. I know he claps back. Yeah, the bonnet is watching, because we cool. Look, this person name is Tobias Estelle. I know he claps back. I don't have nothing to hide or nothing to lose. I've never been employed. I ain't worried about getting fired from my job and shit. I worked for a black business all my life since I was 17. So, you know, I ain't worried about the man doing anything to me. I know times are tough during this pandemic. I've been under quarantine for 4 months. But I know the guy is dangerous. That's why I'm glad he's doing YouTubes. You act like I want him to stop being a YouTuber. I don't want him to stop being a YouTuber. I just want to make sure that if you want any credibility, if you want people to believe, because he's against things that I am against. I'm against the tribe. I'm against people who mess with kids and stuff like that. But when you have these little faux pas, right, a little piece of your credibility go away, and they can use that as a wedge. Yeah, I'm being gang stalked by this person, and this person don't even know what type of country he lives in. I'm being gang stalked by this person, and he thinks sperm can mix together, and the sperm from two different people can have an influence on the baby and make the baby, like two sperms just merge together, like there's some kind of womb, magical, mystical, spiritual miracle that happens in the womb. So he compared a story from a lady with twins with 2 eggs, and each egg was fertilized by 2 separate sperms. That's not the same as 2 sperms mixed together, and none of that had anything to do with what's the name being pregnant in carbonation with True and Sheba. That wasn't. She didn't have twins, so the two things didn't go together. Don't get mad at me and people like me because we pay attention. When you block somebody from your channel, it's usually they see that you might expose them or pay it. Nobody wants you to pay that close attention. They just want to talk, make you laugh and shit, and I laugh, and I like the shows. But when I hear something, I go, wait a minute, did he just, what the fuck, did she? Come on, and y'all cool? Like, y'all didn't catch that? So when you have these little mistakes, like when you know, like when he was talking about the lady that was with the guy who hanged himself, you know, the guy that, you know, what did it say? Yeah. First of all those, I don't even want to go there. Them catchphrases is not, look, if I wouldn't have got blocked, I wouldn't have paid attention. You want me to pay more attention? All you got to do is block me. I know that's my weakness. That's my weak spot. And when you block me, I become your biggest promoter. I made LJ popular. I created that. That was my work. So if you already popping a little bit, I can take you that much higher when you block me. And a smart person know that. That person is smart. He know. And make it make sense and all that stuff is not an original catchphrase. But if you're narcissistic and you only watch your own shows and a few other people in the black sector, you might think that you have a lot of unique things going on. I'm not going to say that you're clout chasing McDonald's or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't pick on one person. I made comments about anybody that say something crazy and wild. If you go to my other channels, I got sound bites from all kinds of people in the sector who have said some wild shit. I used to watch and not listen that closely, but just a little bit. But now I'm paying close attention. I'm the type of person that'll comment and go back. Most people who see my comments, it says edit, because I'll go back and double check stuff like the grammar. The spell check always messing me up because the spell checker is not Ebonic. But lately I've been programming my own words into my phone so the spell checker won't mess up. So it says, weird times are for weirdos like me. Look, we call that my screen is hella big, but it's far away. But I think it says Stoberism or Stockism. We call it Soberism or Stoberism. I got my phone to my face, but I'm looking at this comment. So when I finish, I'll have the chat room closer. Oh, Schroederism. I got it. Yeah, that person, we're going to chop it up. Look, before we go to the drive-in, we're going to chop it up on trolling, because if anybody watching who's still confused about trolls and what trolls do, I'm going to really iron it out for you. There is no uniform thing about trolls, and Mr. Beasley was talking about trolls, and he's an expert on trolling, and whatever he said about trolling is very true. Whenever he's on the panel and people, I remember there was a panel talking about trolls and trolling, and whatever he said about trolling is facts, because he's a senior troll, a veteran troll, and he knows what's going on. But like I said, people think trolls are dumb. Usually trolls are people that's bored with the internet, that's been on the internet longer than the average person. So they already know if they can be sued for something. They already know what they can get in trouble with the law for. Guess what? You know what the difference between a troll and a regular person on YouTube? And I'm going to end it right there. A troll knows the terms and conditions of YouTube, and the average person doesn't. So whenever something happens, they feel like a victim. But if you show your own bank account, you show your own phone number, if you're streaming, if you're showing your Facebook account on YouTube and your phone number and everything shows, if you show your email account and you show the people that's emailing you and people that's donated to you and stuff like that, you're doxing the people. You know, like if you show your ex-boyfriends on your Facebook and you show their picture, you're putting their life at risk. You're putting their life in jeopardy. You're violating their privacy. If you let your mom or dad phone number show on the screen when you're streaming, you're violating their privacy. You're putting their life, their peace of mind at risk. It has nothing to do with the troll. You trolled yourself. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna catch up with the with the chat in 1 second. I just wanted to read this thread, this lightweight thread. You might just find he claps back. Well, if I'm a troll and all these other words, I know that already. You know, I'm a square, so it ain't too much. You know, it ain't too much you can do to me. Like, you know, you can call the cops and say, well, you don't call the cops, but you can call the cops and say, yeah, he got a quarter ounce on him, and he drives a SS, and he go across the bridge every day at 12 o'clock. He in a black SS with tinted windows, and you can't do that to me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm kind of like that dude in Breaking Bad. You know, the Mexican dude that had, the black dude that had the chicken restaurants, and he poisoned the bosses and poisoned himself, but he had a whole medical crew to save his life and get the poison out of him, so he'll be okay, but everybody else died. I'm kind of like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm the one that let the old man wanted revenge, so he set up a bomb where the old man could kill his enemy and himself. He didn't want to live anyway. He done had a stroke and shit. He in a wheelchair. He could only move one finger. So I set it up where he was able to kill his enemy and, yeah, you know, kill himself too. He wanted to commit suicide. So yeah, the dude that owned the chicken restaurant in Breaking Bad, I kind of identify with him. You know what I'm saying? The guy from the Spike Lee and Once Upon a Time, and you know, dude was funny. So it says, you might just find he claps back. Dun dun dun. Yeah, I totally understand that. I'm actually a little paranoid. I'm a little worried because I know how he operates. I know what he's capable of. I'm glad I don't live in the same city or state. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm glad that Detroit is a long way from, well, it ain't too far away, but Detroit is quite a while away from where he's at, you know. And, you know, if you come to 3825 Mohawk and you look for corn cob, you know what I'm saying, and knock on his door, you know, corn cob ain't coming outside. You see? Corn cob gonna call his friend Lester, who was on the American Most Wanted, and say, hey, Lester, I got problems. You know, Lester grew up in a household where the mama robbed a record store. By the time she got home, the police was waiting for her. And this is before cell phones. This is just somebody going out, writing down the license plate number. By the time his mother got home, the police was waiting on her. She went straight to the pen, armed robbery, record store. And Pops was no joke either. And when Lester and his brother got in trouble, they would tie them to a chair butt naked and beat them with throw water on them and beat them with an extension cord. Today they call that child abuse. But if I have any problems, I just call my boy Lester. He killed the cop on American Most Wanted. He did his time. And he's been home ever since. A very nice brother. We were like brothers because our families was close. His parents and my parents. And we grew up right over by Stinson Funeral Home. Right up down the street from Grand River on Mohawk Street, still there, 3825 Mohawk, Corn Cob. You know what I'm saying? Corn Robertson. And I know people like him is capable of finding out your whole background, your cousins, uncles, interviewing fucking neighbors' pets. I already know, so I'm already waiting on the clap back. You know, it is what it is. If me saying that America is a republic instead of a democratic, country, I heard somebody else make that mistake to do today online. Somebody else made it. So it's an easy mistake. Just like people think tomatoes are vegetables. They think a banana is a fruit, and they think tomatoes are vegetables. Tomato is a fruit. Banana is a herb. Banana is a nickname for that plant. The real name for banana, the first four letters is H-E-R-B. But anyway, I'm going to read the chat. Observing Stuff is in the building. He holding it down in the chat room. I appreciate that. I always invite conversation. So the last part says, I'm sure you know because you know everything, of course. Nature Boy said on a video that Baby Ja was his biological son. I watched it and heard it, but no, of course, I'm probably crazy too. Not that anyone believes a damn word Nature Boy has to say. So this comment is very confusing, but you know what I said? This is what kind of fuck nigga I am. All right. I said, thank you. Your opinions matter here. We respect individuals. I am not even going to assume that you rock with world news, even though you're defending him. And then I said, one sperm, one egg can only make a baby, not a mixture. Someone was blocked in the chat for making that point. I think Marquise Dillinger was blocked for pointing out the fact that you can't mix sperm and fertilize an egg from two sperms mixed together. Only one sperm, two people's sperms can mix together, but only one sperm out of that mixture is going to fertilize the egg, and it could be either or. It's not going to be combined, and that's the point that we got from the statement, you know. And so you wouldn't be confused. I played the audio and then I gave my opinion, commentary. Why is people opinions and commentaries is like fighting words today? So anyway, I said someone was blocked for making that point, and Latanya is a troll who scams and lies and hustle people. No offense. I don't mean no offense by that. I mean, it's a fact, and I'm not trying to roast anybody. There's evidence to prove that. But besides that, we still cool. You know what I'm saying? I said that I study things a long time before I react. I know how dangerous he is. This is not personal. I never disrespected him. The problem is I really listen. Most people don't. When I was disrespected, it was time to pay more attention. So is America a democratic country? Also, in his words. And then I said, Latanya and I is cool. She unblocked me because she know I was trying to stop her from losing her credibility like others are doing now. You see what I'm saying? So if somebody want to put a hit on me or come see me because of that, I might have to call Lester, you know, because right now people are doing bad, man. People are doing bad. They need some money. And I learned from a dude named Rob on YouTube from Chicago. He made a statement about people would do a lot for a little, and everybody needs some money. As long as you keep enough money for people to handle your business and stuff, you never have to worry about that. You know, whether that person is a rapper or, you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You know, whatever your problems are, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, the worst thing that happened to me is somebody who exposed me, you know, show my picture, which is, I've been in the press many times since the 90s. I've been in the press. So I'm not hiding from anyone. I just like to be a little reserved, that's all. I just like to be a little reserved, because if I do start cussing and saying vulgarity and cussing women out and all this stuff, I don't want my face connected to it. And I think that's reasonable. So now I'm going to be able to read the chat again. I'm going to be able to read the chat again. Yeah, Marquise is cool. Oh, right on, Observer. Yeah, man, you cool, man. Don't think I troll everybody. So I've been watching your shows, observing stuff. Hey, y'all, observing stuff goes live. He has a channel, and I be checking him out. He don't know it. I'm waiting for him to say something out of the pocket. Then I'm gonna make a video too. Yeah, I mean, that's what YouTube is about. Making videos, making content, reacting to other videos. But why do some people feel like they are beyond reproach? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. See, if I'm saying this wrong, if I'm using this in a sentence wrong, if I'm mispronouncing the word, if somebody tells me and corrects me, and I do my research and say, yeah, that person was right, I will concede to that fact. It's not hard to concede. That's the problem. Yeah, man. Shoot, observing stuff go live almost every day. You know what I'm saying? Let me play some of this pussy ass fuck nigga music. Yeah, so you know, if you make beats and you got a lot of subscribers and fans and people that pay you I only did this content because people pay me, they wanted that kind of content. Well, you know, it's all good. My weak ass graphics, my weak ass beats, you know, these beats, I don't play no beats that's all the beats that, because I worry about somebody sampling or stealing my music. So most of the beats I play are already 10 years old. I don't play nothing that's not been like up to date or haven't been properly copywritten or whatever. You don't go live every day? Alright. Well, maybe every other day. It's your business. It's prerogative. It's your prerogative. There is no law saying that you gotta go live every day. I mean, it's good for the algorithms, but it's up to you. Might check 1, 2. Yeah, enough to sample. Maybe you make a diss track. Yeah, but I will, you put it on iTunes or something, we'll have it removed. So yeah, I think I made my point, you know what I'm saying? I want to go live playing games everywhere, but I need to learn the politics of Twitch because people want me to consult for Twitch, consult for their show and help them do things with their show. So, I have a GoPro that allows me to go live on YouTube or Twitch. I hear this weird sound. What is this? See, I wasn't listening to the show, so I didn't know. How long has this been going on? Check two. I don't think this has been going on very long though. Oh, okay, cool. Well, let me switch over to the theater while I'm ahead. Let's go to the drive-in. And then I'll try to fix this audio in the background. Okay. We're in the theater now. We played some of these sound bites. This was a last minute entry. So I didn't get a chance to prepare this file.
Okay. Number one.
All right, I'm listening.
You a man, right?
Nuh-uh. Just answer the question. You already know I'm a man.
I want to ask
I'm asking. You can't answer a question with a question.
I don't want to hang up on you. Either we gonna have an educated,
intellectual. I know we're gonna have an educated conversation.
I'm gonna answer
but you
your
can't
question.
answer a question with a question.
I'm gonna answer your question, man. I'm gonna answer your question. If you answer my question, your question will be answered. I said you a man, right?
100%.
All right, so you a man. Now, did you see me choke slam Eliana?
No, but somebody else saw you.
No. I'm not
Somebody else saw you that know everything that be going on in that house.
I'm not done answering your question, Aki. You a man, right?
100%. I already said that.
All right. Did you see me as a man choke slam Eliana?
No, I didn't see it. Wait. Somebody that was there y'all saw it.
Now where I'm from.
Where you from, nigga? You from New York? You from Harlem?
I'm from New York. Listen,
you don't act like a Harlem nigga.
Listen, come on.
You don't act like a Harlem dude. You don't.
The conversation.
You don't act like a Harlem dude. You act like a bitch ass nigga because you always running off for niggas. You always hiding for motherfuckers. You don't want to give out your location where motherfuckers at. Give out your motherfucking location because I'm 2 hours away from your motherfucking ass. Give out your location.
Okay.
Give it out, nigga.
Where I'm from.
Give it out. Give out your location and then, where the fuck you at.
And then where I'm from, right?
Okay, where you from? You from Harlem. Yeah, we know that.
New York,
niggas in Harlem get killed too.
So you gonna kill me? If I give you my location?
I'll kill you and all them bitch ass niggas over there.
Okay, so you gonna kill me and all
you and all them bitch ass niggas you with, nigga. And all y'all motherfuckers can die. And I put that on everything.
And then what?
Y'all just be some dead motherfuckers and there won't be no more carbonation.
And then what?
And then what? I already answered it.
Then what?
Y'all will be dead.
And then what you gonna do?
Run away and laugh. Because I got rid of all y'all bitch ass niggas.
And you gonna live your life and just
I sure the fuck am.
Oh, okay. You sound mad, man.
You's a coward, bitch ass nigga.
You don't know
now you
me.
can go on ahead and hang up on my ass.
I don't know you.
See you later, bitch.
Listen. Real men don't move like that, dogs. Number one, real men don't move like that. What I was gonna say is, if you ain't, did you see me do that to her? He said no. Do I know you? I don't know you. Why are you so emotional about a nigga you don't know? Obviously, you in your feelings. You're not a real nigga. You're not a real man, because at the end of the day, guess what? I don't watch other men. Real men don't watch other men. And you never seen me do it. You only heard that I did it. And you wanted to kill me. I don't think you want to kill me. I think you like me, man. I think you admire me, man. I don't think no real, somebody with a head on their shoulder. As a man, I'm a man. I know I'm a man, right? Number one, I don't watch another man that I don't like. I don't want, if a nigga ain't hurt my immediate family, you ain't touched my nothing that I ain't got no beef with you. I ain't got nothing to say to you. I ain't looking for no trouble, but I ain't taking no shit. You feel what I'm saying? So
wow. What do you think of that? Yeah, I had shish kebabs, beef shish kebabs and shrimp shish kebabs, and gotta actually put everything away in the refrigerator. It's still sitting over there on the stove. Hey, I forgot how to spell shish kebabs, but y'all know what I was saying. But yeah, Observer, you actually, people know who you are, man. You know, that's why you got blocked. You being recognized out here in these streets. People know who you are in YouTube streets, man. I don't know why I got buzz going. Irritating. Mic check, mic check. Anyway, nah, but your name is known. Yeah, he's definitely a liar. Like you've been seen, and they watch the chat rooms. You know, everybody. You know, like I didn't even trip on myself. Like I feel like when I go in the chat rooms, I feel like the paparazzi be behind me. Like somebody said they had screenshots of me in Shay's chat room. That shit spooked me. Let's go on to the next clip.
Yeah. Y'all know what the higher self and the lower self is, yo?
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to y'all.
No, you are trying to imply.
Please, Syrian, please. No. The thing is,
people in your life that don't care about you. We care about you.
There's people that care about me, y'all.
Nobody cares about
y'all was the people that didn't care about me, y'all. Let's take that for a fact. Now we're gonna talk cordially, and we're gonna talk in unison with order. We're not gonna talk in unison. We're gonna talk in order.
Wow, remember that.
Remember
that while you're sitting with people who actually voted you out, and you think they love you, and you share space with them.
But y'all didn't appreciate it. You didn't appreciate my energy.
Incorrect. Attaching yourself to people that will reject you.
About you. You know this. Oh yeah, that's why I had to leave, right? Because I couldn't attach.
No, because you couldn't face your demons. Because you couldn't face your demons. You couldn't take the truth.
I'm gonna take what truth? What's the truth? No, please tell the truth. What is the truth? What's the truth?
The truth is that you're in your lower self. And I know that by experience. Every time that I called you and I told you how I felt, you was trying to drag me to my lower self every single time.
No, I was not.
I had to look at it for what it was, because at the end of the day, it's spiritual. rather than physical. You see, you, Nateri, you like makeup, you like nails, you like cars, you like Babylon. And so you want to go experience that. And that has nothing to do with us. But at the end of the day, you're going to be faced with yourself, your lower self, or your demons. You're going to be faced with that in your lower self too. And you're going to have to respond the same way. You can cover it up with makeup. You can cover it up with niggas. You can cover it up with whatever you want to, but you're going to face yourself. When you were here, right, you wanted to be with 5 guys. You was like, I want to be with him. I want to be with him. Before you got here, you wanted to be with other guys outside of carbonation. That has nothing to do with us here. You cannot be like, my vagina started doing this. My vagina. Nateri, you came here looking sick as fuck, bro. And that's just what? That's on some real shit. You was healing.
Wow. That sound. Wait, did that make sense? Like, am I in the Twilight Zone? He's telling you that being out in the world, washing your ass, taking baths, using proper face cleansing and wearing makeup and getting manicures, all of that is, we in a weird part of, like, we in a weird era. Like, what's positive is negative, and what's negative is positive. Bro, one time. And I joked about them beating True, and once I heard how they had whooped his ass, he felt bad. Yeah, and I hope Tron beats Nature Boy. Tron is gone. Tron is out. Tron, a few people are gone, man. Tron looked like he got full blown. Yeah, but he don't have the weight to carry out those wrestling moves. You know, he don't have the weight on him. He made sure that you didn't have the proper nourishment to keep your strength. Like, he really studied animals. Like, the other animals in the group, in the pack, are weak because they don't eat like the alpha, or the alpha can power over the other males in the group. Let's move on to the next clip.
You're in a toxic relationship with Nana G, and you think it's okay, and you're perpetuating generational curses that need to stop now.
Okay, so, and what is the public gonna do about it?
What's the public? They're gonna know about, because sometimes.
Okay, they know. They know now.
They're gonna know exactly what to do with their lives.
They know, Terry.
Because you're not telling them. You're not telling them what to do. You're telling them to beat on their wife. You're telling them to beat on their shit. You're not doing the right thing. And if you was doing the right thing, I would have been dead. I would have been there, but I'm not.
Calm down, Nateri.
You know what's weird? I want you to pay attention. Like, she be saying one thing and he be saying something else, like as if she didn't say what she said. When he responds, he don't respond to exactly what she said. He comes with the distraction. That look like you disinfecting your hands. Yeah, look, he got rid of anybody that could really go toe to toe with him, or they escaped. Like, I believe that other dude probably could have went toe to toe with him, but the cook, but he got out of Dodge. Let's see what we got here in the drive-in theater. Oh, the the volume is down. We're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to run that black.
I got to because
Right.
when
Yeah,
those
we'll
people
run
got
that
on
black.
that
It's not a
live and they
problem.
was saying all that stuff
As well.
He's got a sis.
here.
I don't want to sound disrespectful or anything like that. I just wanted you guys to speak on the rumors and what she was saying as far as like with the vagina issue that she was having, and how do you guys take care of yourself, pretty much.
Let me share some. I got to. Because
Right.
when those people got on that live and they was saying all that stuff, right? Yo, it was crazy. Let me tell you something about Nateri. And this is, I swear on myself, I am not trying to talk down about her or anything like that. I'm obligated right now in this moment to give the facts about Nateri's character so that everything could get cleared up.
Right.
So I could go in my shit right now. Yo, do I ever smell?
Right.
Do we ever smell amongst each other? No, absolutely not. Because guess what? We take care of each other. We make sure that we got oils. We make sure we got soap. All that. People said that because we was using the restroom outside and all that extra shit, right? Whatever. Let me tell you about Nateri. Nateri, before she got onto Carbonation, I don't know if nobody watched it before she came here to Carbonation. This lady had been from tribe to tribe to tribe. She had sex with different men from all of those tribes. Came here and wanted to have sex with 3 guys that was here. Nobody saw her to be with those men. She wanted to, and she kept pursuing that and trying to pursue that. So by the time she got the Baba G, she had done already had sex with 3 guys here already. So her shit was fucked up by the time she got to him. Right. So now, you see what I'm saying? She was out of balance because she wanted to have sex, and this.
Okay. All right, check it out. Let me comment. Sorry, I don't got no really I'm just too macho for some stuff, man. I can't have you giggling every 5 minutes. Take what I'm saying. Is the female version of Tron. She's extremely stupid. The only person Aya was smarter than was Nyjah, but Nyjah was younger. Nyjah is younger version of Aya. But check this out. I was just about to speak on that. I was just finna speak. This girl have a lot of nerves. This girl got a lot. I should look up this video. Check 1, 2. I should look up this video. Yeah, she has herpes and a couple of other things. He has did you hear what she just said? She said she trying to, put the girl on blast and say that she slept with other people from Carbonation, plus she slept with guys before she got there. Well, she slept with guys before she got there. She cheated on her man and went and slept with Nature Boy. You know what I'm saying? When she got there, she was burning. And and her excuse was chemical or something. And I want you to damn. I need to look this up right quick. Here we go. 100.
In any kind of way, but I do have some things I want to get off my heart from my perspective. I feel like I just want to talk about on my page as far as
I have that many views, nothing to, but one, two, one, two. Let me see. We'll get it cracking. So just straighten out some of these weak ass graphics. So my punk ass channel right quick. Boom. Now, yeah, you got to see this because they say some buck wild, crazy, foul stuff at the end. Oh, that's not the video. That's not the video.
then that would be beneficial to me. I would let you in my presence, and as long as me and you got along and astrological energy.
That's not the video. Nah, y'all got to. She just. What I'm gonna do is, what she said about that girl, that poor girl. She have some nerves, cause wait till you hear. See, when she talk about herself, she trying to explain it in a way where it's not that bad, right? But when she talk about somebody else, now it's like, you know, she nasty, you know. So now I need to remember the name of that video. What's the name of that video? Oh, really, Cafe? I used to use the book, last book you ever need on astrology. Oh, this is it right here, because it has, what's her name at the beginning? Yes. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, make sure y'all watch
The nigga
this.
wasn't even painting. I told him to paint.
This is crazy right here.
Real shit.
She started getting yeast infection. She started getting fucking UTIs and all this crazy shit. And she thinking in her mind, like, I never got this before. Why do I have it with this specific person? That's because the energy is not conducive with your being. That's like, for instance, I'm gonna use me as an example because this happened to me before, and I just want to be open and make it public to the world. I had intercourse with a white type before, and that happened to me. And I was like, why do I have this? I never had this before. You know what I'm saying? I started. Like, it was just crazy. It was because the frequency that I was on a higher frequency than him. Our frequency was not equally yoked. So I started taking on stuff that was not good for me. You know what I'm saying? And it started playing out into physical manifestation, stuff that wasn't good for me. So that was actually myself showing me myself that I shouldn't be messing with that part of myself.
And what it is too is the sperm actually holds information, like, you know how energy can be transferred through liquid and gas. So the sperm actually holds the information, micro-RNA information. If you look this up, you can research that if you're healthy and you're eating of an alkaline diet, sperm can actually be a superfood. It's a superfood. So you can, that's something else. But I mean, it just goes to show that when you actually intake that and it's in your body, it will transfer. That information will transfer, and then you'll start taking on character.
Now, did you see what Tron said? And you see how the other guys turned their head? That shit went left real quick. And then she's saying that she got burnt, and the only reason she got burnt because they wasn't on the same frequency. She didn't say that it was from practicing unsafe sex. Never once have these people ever mentioned a gynecologist or We've had the same gynecologist in the family for years. I have the same gynecologist as my grandmother. You don't hear those types of statements, you know, or I feel weird having the same gynecologist as my mom. I mean, I don't, that word never pops up. And you got burnt, not because of frequency, but from practicing unsafe sex. So now let's go back to what she was saying about the other girl after you saw what she said about herself. How come the same thing doesn't apply to the other girl?
As well.
Peace, goddesses.
You're
I don't want to sound disrespectful or anything like that. I just wanted you guys to speak on the rumors and what she was saying as far as like with the vagina issue that she was having, and how do you guys take care of yourself, pretty much.
Let me share some. I got to because
right.
when those people got on that live and they were saying all that stuff, right? Yo, was crazy. Let me tell you something about the theory. And listen, I swear on myself, I am not trying to talk down about her or anything like that. I'm obligated right now in this moment to give the facts about Natiri's character so that everything could get cleared up.
Right.
So I could go in my shit right now. Yo, do I ever smell?
Right.
Do we ever smell amongst each other? No, absolutely not. Because guess what? We take care of each other. We make sure that we got oils. We make sure we got soap. All that. People said that because we was using the restroom outside and all that extra shit, right? Whatever. Let me tell you about Natiri. Natiri, before
she cheated on Omac. What is she talking about? Character. She cheated on Omac.
Tribe. She had sex with different men from all of those tribes. Came here and wanted to have sex with 3 guys that was here. Nobody saw her to be with those men. She wanted to, and she kept pursuing that and trying to pursue that. So by the time she got the Baba G, she had already had sex with 3 guys here already. So her shit was fucked up by the time she got to him. Right. So now, you see what I'm saying? She was out of balance because she wanted to have sex, and this.
They got kicked off the plane for smelling off of Southwest. What is she talking about? And Queen Miko, the truth seeker in the building. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the drive-in. You had to drive in. We just
and she had an effect after the relationship with us, right? Why I never get an effect from the relationship? Why I never catch anything? Why don't I have, which we all do? But you left with something. You have to go to the hospital to get something when we don't go to the hospital. Feet on the dirt, get in tune with it. So for that problem, you have the mindset and you're on that frequency. And then you go to the next man and it's carrying the same thing over and over. So if you're not vibrating on that herpes mindset and frequency throughout your body, no one here has it. No one here is showing that they need to go to the doctor. Something is up with your mentality. You need to go and work on it. And that's exactly what she did. And that's why
wow. That is some barbarian cave man way of thinking. You a sucker if you go to the hospital. He got them you a fuck nigga if you go to the bathroom to the hospital. I'm just saying. I mean, who is paying the salary of these gynecologists and proctologists? I know that, you know, the majority is going, but they can't live off the majority alone. I know there's a lot of minorities that go and get checked out. You know, they do not represent the majority of my people. If you do your research about what black people believe in, the majority of them are Christians. and there's a billion denominations, so I'm not singling out any one Christian group, but the amount of black people that believe in cult belief is 1% or less. So when you hear these girls saying this bullshit, even though they're on the internet and you see a lot of people that kind of rock with it, it's still less than 1% of the black population. But it's a shame, you know, that this is a shame. You know, because you could get since you in Babylon, you could get Medi-Cal or you could get on your parents' insurance. You know, especially if you're young, like somebody like me. It's kind of hard for me, but but I'm not claiming that the reason why I don't do this or that is because of what I believe. For me, it's financial. I'm not gonna cop out and blame it on my belief. I wonder what this is.
We have experienced imbalances in our own way, right? For instance, I'm gonna use me for an example. When I was with Baba G, right, and then I left, I went to Omeg. The world seen that. The world seen that shit. When I was with Omeg, going from one man to another, my shit was imbalanced. Like, me and Omeg had started having talks about how my shit was acting up, and we had to go to Walmart and give me some suppositories because it was an imbalance down there. I had a yeast infection, right? And so this is when everybody started calling me yeast infection lady and all this extra stuff. And it's just to show the women that when you're hopping from one man to another, your body is sensitive, period. Like, a man can have 5 women and he don't get no yeast infection, no nothing, as long as those 5 women are appointed to him. Now, if any of those 5 women go from one man to another, they'll have an imbalance and then bring it back to him, and then that gets spread like that. So even when you look at the statistics of where STDs derive from, it is because women are going from one sexual partner to another. So that's why it's so important for women to stay with one man. And if you're not sure, stay with yourself until you're absolute.
This sounds like a unsafe sex PSA. No, she was too busy working hard, or she might have been in a. I don't want to put her business out there because I don't know for sure, but I'll just say that she was too busy working hard. Now, as you can see right here, this is in Costa Rica. You can see right here, she was with Olmec first. And matter of fact, I got some more proof. Yeah, check this out. You're gonna see her with Olmec in the background. They were a couple first. Then she cheated on him with Nature Boy.
It's all gone now. I don't have no more to give. You can't join me unless you have something to offer me. Somebody gave me $300,000 and I gave it all back to those people. That everybody that came here, I took care of them. And I'm still taking care of the people here. Am I not?
Facts. That's a fact.
You guys are here, right?
Yep. Facts.
From day one, have you ever spent any dollar?
No.
How much money would you say I spent? Just on you since you've been here. If you had to tally up a number. Just
You
one
see
person.
them together in the background?
I don't even know.
Thousands on thousands.
A lot.
Thousands on thousands.
A lot of money.
So,
And let me explain this scene to y'all. This is pathetic. Let me explain this scene. They are stranded without gasoline. They're in South America, their vehicle, even though, and he's talking about having $300,000 at his disposal. The name of this video is called 300,000 Reasons. And yeah, you see that girl to the left? Some of your Nature Boy experts will, you know, who she is and what I left out and what I don't know. I don't claim to be an expert on this dude because when you get too deeply involved with the devil, it will consume you. That's why some people act just like him. After they've been studying him and reporting on him, the demon jumped off of him and onto some of these other people. And one thing that scares me is, even though they talk about herpes 1 and 2, a lot of them have it there. And I think that's one of the things that drew them together, because they had something in common and they feel like, you know, a kind of an outcast, even though it's common and a lot of people have it. And if partners are honest with each other, and you just find out, oh, okay, well then, you know, you understand what I'm going through, whatever. So I think through some of those background chats and background video chats, they find out that they have that thing on their back, and that's one thing that brings them together. And then he tells them, well, it's really not a disease. It has to do with your frequency and your diet. And Dr. Sebi and blah, 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 blah. And then boom, they go, well, he understands. He was jealous of Elena's husband from the beginning. Yeah, they lifestyle is very Kama Sutra like. Very Kama Sutra. But everything comes with a price. Thing is, nobody talks about, what is it? I can't even think of it now. What's the other one? What's the thing that you gotta really worry about now? Is it SPV? Yes, what killed Farrah Fawcett? I think, yeah, there's not one single discussion of, I could be in the acronym, and the type of intercourse that they like to have puts them at the highest risk. Yes, E. Wilson. Not one mention, not one talk. The type of intercourse that they favor puts them at the highest risk, not only for SPV, but also hepatitis. And being in those foreign countries, drinking the water and all that there, whatever, or even eating fruit and stuff that was watered down. You could drink bottled water and all that stuff, but they kept bragging about the fruits and stuff. Their water and their fertilizer. But what's even more riskier, hepatitis is 100 times more hepatitis outside the body. And being in a hot environment, you bust a sweat, and you can give somebody practically a hug. You know, you could shake their hand, you could hug them too, and you have. But HPV is very serious because it most case, and right, lady can catch throat cavity and spread it without knowing. Now, children have been vaccinated. Most kids I know has been vaccinated. They'll never have to worry about cancer. But they won't even vaccinate. Breaking up? Okay. 1, 2. Check 1, 2. All right, they won't even vaccinate an adult because an adult, there's a high chance that an adult already has it. So it doesn't make any sense to vaccinate an adult. So they could have somebody there. If there's a group of 15 of them, let's say it's 15 of them, right? At least 5 of them can have HPV. Straight up, at least 5 can have HPV. There's no doubt that 5 of them have it out of 15. They don't talk about that. They act like syphilis and herpes and gonorrhea and chlamydia is the only shit, and HIV is the only shit you gotta worry about. The biggest threat is HPV. What's good is Lordship, and salute to the chat. So what's Natural Nasty Dude doing? Well, I wanted to show that that Olmec and Eliana have been an item way back. And you can see them in the background going facts, facts. And right now, they're stuck on the road because they ran out of gas. And so he wanted to talk about some money he used to have. But you stuck on the side of the road and you used to have $300,000. That's bad money management.
Key. How much money did I spend?
300,000. 300,000. Like that.
300,000. I'm a clown. I'm a fucking clown, my nigga. People ask about joining Melanation and what it takes to join Melanation, to join my tribe, like the tribe here, so-called tribe here. And, many people have said many things about me, and I don't seek to defend myself in any kind of way, but I do have some things I want to get off my heart from my perspective. I feel like I just want to talk about it on my page as far as joining me. As I sit here on the side of the...
He did say he had that. He did say that. Gangaria. But I just got a message from, what's her name? All right, Tobias Estelle responded and said, Lordship, I appreciate your response, brother. If you say you and Latanya are cool, then that's good enough for me. I do understand that it can be frustrating when Latanya misspeaks, but I have always had a generosity of mind to believe that although wrong, she meant well. Oh, okay. And as to scamming, I truly am interested to hear a little more information about this. I hear regularly that they are scammers, but I don't yet see anyone providing concrete evidence proof of those allegations. Only tattletale speculation, and we know America is a republic, but sometimes a gentle retort can be more effective than a harsh rebuke. Okay. And once again, thank you for your response. I do appreciate it. It can be good to have a dialogue when you don't agree. Have a pleasant weekend. Wow, well, that's cool. All right, I'm gonna put a heart on that. Now, yeah, this dude claimed that there's no such thing as HIV, and you still rock with him. And herpes is just a frequency, and two people have two different chemicals that don't mix well, and wow, you know what I'm saying? And going to the doctor, having a prenatal care is for suckers. Gynecologists is for suckers. And if you're going to practice the type of intercourse they like to practice, you should have a proctologist on deck also, on speed dial. It only makes sense.
The road, my gas runs out. And so they're going up ahead to go get gas and get a gas can. I ran out of gas here. Got the squad in here. We in the van.
We telling everybody to leave Babylon and go to Costa Rica, and you don't even have a place for them to go, and they setting themselves up for failure because Costa Rica is real expensive. And I was like, and we got 90 acres. Why don't we just set them up there? They can get in tune, right? And he said it wasn't about them getting in tune. They got to do it by themselves, and that's it. Or his job is just to lead is to deliver the message.
Got the squad in here. We in the van.
Cause you pissed away $300,000 that Key gave.
I was actually talking to somebody, and a lot of people hit me up like, "Reflection, you changed my life." And on this path, I've heard this 100,000 times. People come to me and they're like, "Oh my God, oh my God." I want to tell y'all, I want to give y'all a secret of mine that I don't like to talk about, that I want to tell you about. Let me make sure it's charging. When I set out to do the right thing, I've always had knowledge and wisdom and knew what it took for us to be free. I haven't always known all the answers as when I got.
I'm adjusting the color and everything.
I've learned more as I experienced helping people. I've learned more about giving and helping people and try how to effectively help people. You think that you just need to just help people, and that's what I've done. I want to let you know right now, Reflection, and I'm embarrassed to say this because it's my fault. In 1 year, helping people, I've spent $300,000. I'm not playing. The people that you see talking about me online, I spent my money taking care of them. I bought them food. I gave them shelter. I bought them tents. I bought them everything that they asked for.
Yeah, but in this movie, Key was co-signing.
Everybody here that stays with me, I take care of everybody. Nobody has a residual income here. I take care of everybody here. I took my money, my money that was given to me by Key. Key outside. Somebody donated me about $300,000. And the journey that you've seen Melanation and the Ethereans on, I funded the whole thing. And right now I have no more money. No more. That $300,000 is gone. And when that money left, they left. And that's the secret nobody wants you to know.
Everybody that came there, you invited them. You said, yeah, you could come, and you gave him Key's money. And then you complain about they took this and they take that and they leave. Nigga, you ran everybody that was there out.
I have no reason to lie to you. And when that money left, they left. And that's the secret nobody wants you to know.
Incorrect.
And then you complain about they took this and they take that and they leave. Nigga, you ran everybody that was there out.
I'm embarrassed because although my intent was good, I was foolish. For me, I need people I need music producers. Like, I want to put my message into a music form, right? I have a studio. I have, Logics, the new Logics. I need an engineer that knows how to do Logics. You don't need money if you know how to do music, because that's what you have to give. You have to give engineering. And if you wanted to live a life like I'm living and you were an engineer that knew how to use Logic, then that would be beneficial to me. I would let you in my presence, and as long as me and you got along and the astrological energies, were compatible, I would let you come here without having, finances. That's not the only way you could be in my presence. But I'm just saying is this. A lot of people asking me to join me.
We telling everybody to leave Babylon and go to Costa Rica, and you don't even have a place for them to go, and they setting themselves up for failure because Costa Rica is real expensive.
So I got the $300,000. It's all gone now. I don't have no more to give. You can't join me unless you have something to offer me like music. I have a band, a live band. I want people that know how to play instruments around me. I want people that know how to work that studio I got around me. Like if you one of them people, you know, then holler at me because you got a residual income and you want to camp where I'm at because I ain't gonna lie to you. I know Costa Rica. When you come to Costa Rica as the black community, this is my domain. Anybody gonna tell you that. Costa Rica is my domain. You come to Costa Rica, you gotta, Costa Rica, nature boy. Costa Rica, nature boy. This is my domain. You touch ground here. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it go.
Well, I think that that the diseases is what brought them together. You know what I'm saying? That was the common denominator. We got diseases, but we don't believe in diseases the way that other people believe in diseases. So he had a way to explain that you don't have a disease, you only have a dis-ease, and that's different from a disease. The white man created the word disease, and that doesn't apply to you. That's a Babylon way of looking at it. What we have is a dis-ease, and if you change your diet, if you get into the tropics, if you get more UV rays and all of this stuff, you won't have any dis-ease. And if you don't have any outbreaks, that means that you are dis-ease free, but it doesn't mean that you are disease free. See the logic there? Now, what's crazy? Now, this is my prediction, and I don't wish hate or death or murder on anyone, but ignorance will cause your own demise. And if you're religious, blasphemy. I mean, in the physical world, in real life, in history, for thousands of years, people who were sentenced to death for blasphemy suffered a horrible death for blasphemy. But even today, I feel that you should tread lightly. You should not even be near a person who constantly take the Lord's name in vain or does something that's considered blasphemy. And the shame is going to be that whatever happens to him is going to be very public. It's going to be an example set for everyone. Whatever happens to him, it's going to be very public, and it's going to scare a lot of people straight. And they're going to be like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Because look, I made a video comparing a scene from Ben-Hur to Nature Boy with Ja. He has a long name. I just call him Ja, but the guy, you know, with the beard and the hair, they were arguing. Now, in the scene with Ben-Hur was a slave or whatever. They didn't want him to drink. They denied him water. The guy took the water from him, drank the water himself, and spit back into the water cup. Now, this is a very, very, whether it has nothing to do with a white Jesus and believing in Christianity or nothing. This was just a famous movie scene from the movie Ben-Hur. It's a very classic film, a famous film. It's a very famous scene in the movie. And I just wanted what was going on in it, just so you can see the contrast between somebody who calls themselves the Messiah and what the real Messiah would do. So this slave, Ben-Hur, fell to the ground because he was exhausted and he needed water. And he said, God help me. And the next thing he knew, somebody brought him water and tried to comfort him in his pain, and never said a word. And that cup had an endless amount of water in it. That cup was bottomless. And then the guy came back over, the Roman or whatever he was. He said, I said he cannot have water. And Jesus looked at him and never said a word. And that soldier turned around and walked away. He looked back at him. And when he was bringing Ben-Hur water, and he looked up to see who was bringing him comfort, he looked into Jesus' eyes, and he couldn't believe it, and he was happy. So I switched from that to Babaji arguing with one of his ex-minions. And I said, look at the contrast between a spiritual moment and a real religious moment, and the devil with one of his minions. You see what I'm saying? I'm sorry that I had to use white actors from a white movie to make the contrast, but if you can overlook that and look at the spirit of the film and the scene, it's plainly to see that you're dealing with a demon. Who would follow behind a demon like that? And you cannot blame the demon. You really got to blame the follower. You know, that's why he's so smug with himself, because it's like, hey, they stupid. What you want me to do? You know? What's up, Yvette in the building? Yeah, the cup rubbeth over. Yes, I recommend watching it. Look, there was something else about that scene. Y'all gonna think I'm crazy, and people can make fun of me or whatever. But when I was working on that video, I don't remember I don't even remember that movie. I remember Ben-Hur, but that movie is from 1959. There was a remake with Morgan Freeman and everything that was really cool, but that movie is sick, like the remake. But people like the original, but I think they're racist because the original had less Negroes in it. But it was like 4:30 in the morning. I was making that video and making the comparisons with Ben-Hur and Jesus and Babaji and Jah. And something said in my head, look up Ben-Hur. And I looked up Ben-Hur, and then I almost gave up. I said, this has nothing to do with where's the religious part? And then I see where it said Ben-Hur meets Jesus. I said, oh my God, what a coincidence. I got a message to look that up, and that's when I made the video. And then I sat back and I was like, it's the middle of the night, it's quiet. And I was like, I was kind of fucked up. I was like, and excuse my language, because I don't like no cuss words to be anywhere near, the Lord's name. But I was taken back for a second. And it had nothing to do with the co-leader. It had everything to do with the scene and the spirit of what the scene was trying to convey. I was like, wow. And you say the contrast is understood. I'm glad. But it had me stuck for a minute, just for a minute. So we had a drive-in theater today, and I played some of my drive-in films. And so make sure you catch the playback. I had a monologue at the beginning, and I want to replay this one thing. Velvet's, I want to play this one more time. Velvet with Olmec, but what you're going to see is Daughters of the Sea talk about her first, and then it's going to end with Velvet talking about her diseases, and she's with Olmec, and you're going to see Tron saying that sperm is data. When you, like, if you, I don't even go there, but he's saying sperm is knowledge. There's knowledge in the sperm. Yeah, that soldier was shook, and he had to look twice also. He had to look again, like that's him. Like, oh my, I'm just gonna be cool. I'm just gonna play it cool. But let me play this as a grand finale. Okay. And welcome to the drive-in.
You see what I'm saying? Because when you move, the mic is going to muffle. So yeah, I need y'all to help me get in contact with Sarnetta. We need to blow this up, like for real. I need an interview with Sarnetta. Tell him I'm trying to get an interview with him and blow this shit up, because at the end of the day, y'all blowing us up online like we really out here doing something and hurting people and doing all this crazy shit that y'all saying and all these alleged stories that y'all making up in y'all own mind, and that's fucked up. So exactly what the trolls are doing to Carbonation, exactly what the trolls are doing to Chief, we need to be doing the same thing, but in our own way, with love. You understand what I'm saying? We need to call the embassy. Everybody who knows what the fuck is going on for real, you need to get the number off our page. We're gonna be posting that all over social media. Everybody needs to have that clip, that photo. It says support Carbonation. It has the embassy number on there. It has the Nicaraguan police facility that Chief is currently at right now. He's been detained there at that facility. It has their number on there, and it also has our PayPal on there. That picture needs to be filtered around social media. It needs to be all over everybody's page, and you need to be repeating, like putting that out over and over and over and over, because just how the trolls got him in jail is exactly what we need to do to get him out. You understand what I'm saying? If we don't use that same energy that our lower self has used to put him in jail, then you know what I'm saying, he's gonna be in there for fucking ever. And if you really care about yourself in his form, then you will do anything you can and everything you can to help us get him out. Now I'm gonna update y'all on the situation. They are the people, the police, the Nicaraguan police does not have any physical.
Okay, for those of you who don't know, this is right after Nature Boy got arrested in Nicaragua. So now she's going on a campaign like she's Michelle Obama, and she's trying to do whatever to get funding for him in his case. So she's like, hook me up with Sarnetta. I know Sarnetta can help me get some money. But at the same time, Kaja is down there and she's the money girl, so they're not hurting for money. So they use this as a moment to raise extra money. You see what I'm saying? To raise extra money. And then they when they finally let him bail out, he flew to San Francisco. Him, her, and the baby, and him, Kaja, Eliana, and the baby, they flew to San Francisco. And what was crazy is I didn't recognize the Salesforce building in the background, but the Salesforce building in San Francisco is the most demonic building in the city. And before that, it was the Trans-American building. But now the Salesforce building trumps the Trans-American building, and it's the most demonic building in the West Coast. Put it like that. So this is her trying to run a fundraising campaign for her man, because if she don't, she gonna get her butt beat when he get out.
Physical evidence or any type of anything to arrest him for. When we asked the police, what is Eligio Bishop arrested for, they're like, they don't have anything to tell us. All they're telling us is that I'm interrogating Eligio Bishop. I'm just investigating Eligio Bishop. That's all that they're telling us. And we're like, how much investigation can you do from last Friday up until now? There's not that many questions in the world for you to do. We know how long this process takes as far as studying or investigating a situation, it's not that hard, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what's going on here. So by law, and here in Nicaragua, you can't keep anybody, you can't detain anybody past 48 hours if you don't have any type of evidence for their arrest. So once you can't attain any type of evidence within the 48 hours of their arrest or their detainment from in your facility or whatever, you have to let them go. Chief has been there since last Friday, and there are people there that have been there for a couple months because nobody is there to get them out. Nobody is there on their behalf to tell them their story. Let alone these people in that prison that prison that Chief is at, they don't even have contact with people like that.
Never complained about having to give up her family. She was cool with that. She was very open to literally leave everyone in her family hanging. She was very willing to continue disrespecting them publicly, right? Because she was riding with her man. That was never any of her issues. Her issue was simply polygamy and sharing him with other women, which goes back to my point of who she is as a person. She's a very selfish human being. And I've said that always.
Like all that you become one with, you don't see the physical results, but it's playing out within your subconscious, right? Within your cells. Your cells are like intercourse, what you listening to, what you eating. It's all affect you on the cellular level. Say you
molecular structure.
Go ahead.
Say for instance, if you listening to a song, right? And then in the song they got, I smoke this weed, or I got this bitch, or something like that, right? And you listening to that, you becoming one with those words, so you actually doing it yourself. You saying that yourself. And even if you watching, say you watching a commercial, you watching one of them fucking got milk commercials, and you see somebody drinking a glass of milk, got the fucking milk mustache, you are drinking that milk at that time, you know what I'm saying?
Or say that you actually do drink the milk.
Yeah, say that. You become one that.
You got already, you picking up environmental signals from your environment that the environment is activating genes within you. As the ribosome is making the protein,
it's
microRNA. Right, the microRNAs of the food or the products that you eat carry microRNAs of its own that attach to yours and alter that gene play.
Facts.
Careful with that intercourse, because for real, you have an intercourse with everything. You know, everything you see, as soon as you open your eyes,
right,
whatever you're looking at, you have an intercourse with it. You know, so you gotta protect your subconscious mind, because you know things can go into there, and you know it can program you. You know, and if you wanna live the truth, you know, you gotta refuse the lies. You can't let the lies come in your subconscious mind. You gotta protect it. And you gotta protect your heart.
These niggas was not online before you met me. These people was not online. There was no OMAC before you met me. There was no Velvet before you met me. These people wasn't online. But why are they doing this? If you left here, why are you getting online still? Why are you doing that? You know that that's an attack on me. Think about that. Just think about it. That ain't nothing but a motherfucking attack. That's a fact. You feel what I'm saying? You knew, you wouldn't even, these people are using, like, they know if they go live that it's gonna be to watch what you gonna do to hurt him. You see what I'm saying? I've been on live. They came here, I introduced you to them people. Them people wasn't on live before they wasn't vlogging and blogging before they met. Come on, man. Now all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? OMAC wasn't even painting. The nigga wasn't even painting. I told him to paint. Real
and
shit.
She started getting yeast infections. She started getting fucking UTIs and all this crazy shit. And she thinking in her mind, like, I never got this before. Why do I have it with this specific person? That's because the energy is not conducive with your being. That's like, for instance, I'm gonna use me as an example because this happened to me before, and I just want to be open and make it public to the world. I had intercourse with a white type before, and that happened to me. And I was like, why do I have this? I never had this before. You know what I'm saying? I started, like, it was just crazy. It was because the frequency that I was on a higher frequency than him. Our frequency was not equally yoked. So I started taking on stuff that was not good for me. You know what I'm saying? And it started playing out into physical manifestation, stuff that wasn't good for me. So that was actually myself showing me myself that I shouldn't be messing with that part of myself.
And what it is too is the sperm the sperm actually holds information, like you know how energy can be transferred through liquid and gas. So the sperm actually holds the information, microRNA information. If you look this up, you can research that if you're healthy and you're eating of an alkaline diet, sperm can actually be a superfood. It's a superfood. So you can, that's something else. But I mean, it just goes to show that when you actually intake that and it's in your body, it will transfer. That information will transfer, and then you'll start taking on character.
You should do it. You should do that. Trick it out. This is the grand finale to His Lordship's movie night. Thanks everybody for coming out. Make sure you don't use your high beams on the way out the lot. We don't want to blind anyone. All right, and I really appreciate everybody coming through. I have to look through so many screens. There we go. Well, you just had a moment at Lordship's Drive-In Theater, and we'll do this again. There'll be other Lordship Drive-In Theaters, and I appreciate everybody rolling out. All right. And I just want to say peace and hair grease, and thanks for coming through. All right. Marquise in the building, Unconscious One, Bright Street, and everybody else in the background, the urban stuff. And, friend or foe, C. Wilson, DJ Shadow Assassin. The Shadow Assassin, my bad. And everybody else that's down, all right? Peace and hair grease.
Suspended animation of a gray expansion casting shadows over the sun.